President Biden has pushed back against claims that he has an issue with his memory. It comes after a report revealed he apparently forgot the years when he was vice president and indeed when his son died of brain cancer.
I'm an elderly man and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. I don't need his recommendation. It's totally
How bad is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad I let you speak. My memory is not good. My memory is fine. My memory, take a look at what I've done since I've become president. I did not share classified information. I did not share it.
With your ghostwriter?
With my ghostwriter, I did not. Guarantee you did not.
How convinced are you? Meanwhile, one of Biden's allies has come out to say he suffered the worst day of his presidency yesterday. And another said the situation was beyond devastating.
Let's talk to former advisor to the Bank of England, Roger Gewolb, who's here. Roger, good to see you this morning.
Good morning.
Look, where are we with this? Because it seems pretty obvious to everyone that actually he's not in the best health, if we put it that way.
I think there's three issues here. The first is that you're right. I think he still needs the mental examinations that he's refusing to take. But doctors and Mr. Hur, the special counsel, pardon me, have said that he is not competent to stand trial for the classified information he was illegally in possession of. Now, somebody who can't go before a court and stand trial really shouldn't be running a country. There's pretty much no doubt about that. 76% of people in a very recent NBC News poll said he really shouldn't be president, he shouldn't have a second term. So that's the first issue. The second issue is the Democrats really have themselves in a pickle because they've got nobody. I mean, there is simply nobody. The British bookies, who are usually pretty right, they've got Trump on odds of 1-to-1. They've got Biden at 2.5-to-1. Michelle Obama is at 20-to-1. Nikki Haley at 33 something. I can't remember them exactly, but I mean,
do you think Michelle Obama is a possibility in any way at all?
Not really. She has no experience. I mean, you know, she has no political experience at running anything.
Well, she's always said she doesn't want it. She never.
And she doesn't want it. But they're making a lot of noise about it. But I really don't think. I don't think that's right. I don't really think they've got anybody. They should have been planning long ago, but they haven't. I think they're steadfastly committed to staying with Joe. I think that Barack Obama pulls a lot of his strings, and he's committed to keeping him there with those strings. And the third point is that how do you get rid of him? I mean, he is convinced he's doing a good job. There's nothing wrong with him. You can't say leave. He's only going to leave if he wants to leave. There's no way to... The days of the smoke-filled rooms with the kingmakers is long gone. You cannot get him out other than voluntarily.
I just feel... You know, and it's away from the politics of it all. I just feel very sorry for him.
Oh, my goodness.
Because, you know, he say what he will, it seems quite clear that he is, well, you know, showing his age. And there's anything wrong with that.
No,
but as you say, he's president of America.
Well, I mean, look, feel sorry for him. I feel actually more sort of admiration for him that he's fighting on. He spent 48 years waiting for this moment, suffered tremendous humiliation. The value to him as an individual of getting a salute from Marines as he boards Marine One, the chopper, you know, is not something he's going to give up easily.
No, but as you say, one term maybe would be the clear answer. If he's like this now, and we have seen, I know people were texting yesterday saying, well, you know nothing about mental health. Well, no, but it's what we're seeing, isn't it, on the screen, the mistakes he's made even in just
and
the last
he won't
week.
have a mental cognitive examination.
Yes, yeah. Can he be forced to take one?
No, how you can't force him to do anything. And given that there's no contenders and that Kamala Harris would make a pretty poor president, it seems, her ratings are even lower than old Joe's. they have no leverage to force anything. If they had a JFK in the wings, they could force the issue, but they've got nobody. They've got Marianne, who her main claim to fame is that she's Oprah's spiritual advisor.
Oh, my Lord.
And one of her main planks is she wants Americans to cough up $100 billion to make restitution for slavery. And, that's not going to sit very well. And then...
Sorry, just to sort of spring in there, a lot of the newspaper headlines this morning are saying that his recent performances, Biden's recent performances, his gaffes, which you could say may only get more frequent as we go into an election.
You're right.
It's opened the door to Trump. I mean, it's just plain sailing for Trump.
I think Trump was sailing plain before that, but it certainly opened the door. And I mean, Kamala Harris's ratings to be lower, and poor Marianne, actually in one of the recent primaries, came behind the box that said none of the above.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it?
I mean, thank goodness that we're not talking about anything serious, just the leader of the free world.
Yeah. Oh,
it's pretty scary stuff.
It is scary.
But you're right, Anne. I mean, the evidence, and you too, Stephen, the evidence is there. Everybody can see it. But it's like being frozen. We can't do anything about it. He doesn't want to go. They can't get rid of him. He won't have the tests. You can't force him. It's a real pickle to be in. So the Democrats are handing it to Trump.
There's one very famous cognitive test that apparently Donald Trump took a few years ago.
Oh, yeah?
And absolutely aced it. That's a few years ago.
Well, so he says.
So it's, yes. Yeah, you have to get 30 points. And
is that the one where he says, man, woman, TV,
Yeah,
child.
that's right. Yeah. One of the tests is, I mean, you could have a go at doing it at home, is you count down from 100 down, minusing 7 every time. It's quite difficult because 7 is one of those numbers, isn't it? But just see how well you do, because that's what you have to do as part of this.
But I tell you, I've spent a bit of time with with Trump, and I mean, he's like a 50-year-old. He's so sharp, funny. He'd have you in stitches in 5 minutes. He's
like a 50-year-old.
Absolutely. He's like
I'll take that.
He's quite amazing. So I think between the two of them, there's no...
Would there be a presidential debate? Oh, my goodness, would there be?
Well, I don't think the Democrats would allow it.
They couldn't.
No, that would be... Actually, you know what? Taking what you said, Stephen, that would be cruel. That would be a cruel thing for Trump to do it.
Yeah, but they've got every right to ask for it.
Totally.
Oh, my goodness.
But there's so much evidence.
Yeah. OK, Roger, we're going to leave it there, but good to see you this morning.
You too.
Thanks very much indeed.